EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of the Commanders. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Denver Broncos and the Washington Commanders. Along with my partner Greg Olson, it's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. Off we go from Landover. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Starts with a pass. That's swung out to Krosky Merritt into space at the 45. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
It's a gain of 20. And the Washington first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Now it's the Arizona product that is Corey Krosky Merritt. And we'll get forward for a couple. John A. Barron is there to make the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 7. Throwing now. Daniel. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it was really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast, and the ball falls incomplete.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Play action now. It's Nix. That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He gets that to his big target fast. 17 yards, the gain there. 1st down, Broncos.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Mike, everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's Jake Hayes. Not much there, maybe a yard.
2 yards on the pickup.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. We'll go play action with Nix. Taking off. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are, early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That is caught, and Troy Franklin. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
13 more yards.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. The RPO, that one is complete. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
That's complete. Taken in by Franklin.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the 1st down.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward, how aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Off the play fake, here's Nix. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. Harvey, and this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Back to the 5-yard line now. Second down and goal. Working out of the gun. He works free, right side. Accelerating toward midfield. Still going. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Washington.
You know, it always amazes me, Mike, that these guys have all this energy, that following a long return like that then they can get into these big, elaborate celebrations. But listen, I don't blame them. You're a defensive guy. You don't get the ball in your hands very often. When you score, man, you better make the most of it.
This makes the score. Commanders 7, Broncos nothing. Chad Ryland to kick off.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. Short one there to tight end Fant. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They get 11. And quickly pick up the first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
A first down throw for Nix. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Frankie Luvu. And the Commanders have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
Understanding the coverage shells of cover 2 is critical, especially for the linebackers, Mike. They're responsible for those underneath zones. There is some vulnerability to this coverage unit if you don't have guys who understand their assignments. But I'll tell you what, this guy definitely was paying attention in meetings because he was in the right place at the right time, and he's able to come away with the big hit.
And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Right back to Krosky Merritt. Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. Damone Clark there to get him down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Daniels now going to look to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Simmons. And the defense can't come up with the stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
To throw is Daniels. That's to Trosky Merritt. And he will not make it to the end zone, but he's down inside the 5-yard line. A big play there for Washington. 35 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Edwards. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. From a little further back, here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Again, it'll be Edwards. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
Third and goal. It's Daniels. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line. Malcolm Roach, relentless in his pursuit. He forces the big loss and brings up fourth and goal.
A 34-yard attempt.
That's going to be blocked. He gets free. Inside the 40. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Broncos. Greg, those are the momentum swings that get you. One team is looking to add 3. Instead, the other team adds 6, thanks to the ability to block the kick.
Yeah, and in this case, Mike, the players are constantly reminded by the coaches, you never know. Just keep rushing, keep rushing. You could rush 100 times, but if you do it full speed, the 101st, you stick your hand up. That's the one where it connects with the ball. In this case, that's exactly what happens. Scoop, score, change the game.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it'll lead to a second down. Throwing is Daniels. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Washington.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
Here's first and 10. Daniels with a give to Trosky Merritt. And let's give him about 4 on that one. That's the safety, Tella Noah Hufanga on the tackle.
Tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Second 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They send Sutton in motion. Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. Now they'll set up the screen for Chandler. And that one just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Quick throw, taken in, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. Forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Play action. Here's Daniels. McLaurin brings it in. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
Good for a Washington 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. On the move, past the 40. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. Screen works to perfection. Give him 18 yards and move the chains. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. McLaurin open on the left side. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this 2nd quarter. Here comes 2nd and 4. A run here is Chris Rodriguez. And he's going to be brought down. They pass on that field goal attempt, And they get nothing out of it as the first half comes to an end. A touchdown apiece, 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. This one taken at the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's Dobbins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Quick hitting slant there. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. 11 yards on the pass there. Good for a Denver first down. Back to throw is Nix. Gets it away quickly, and it's covered. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. These two in rhythm. 12 more yards and a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
He'll push forward for about a yard. Deron Payne there for the stop. They work just shy of midfield on 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Noah Fant was the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down. A handoff as they try to run it here. And to pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Nix to throw. Moving outside the pocket. And he will have a Broncos first down. They wind up with a gain of 8 on 3rd and 4.
A gain of 9 yards.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead goes Harvey. And he will get into the end zone. R.J. Harvey. Touchdown, Denver. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos will move out to a 14-7 lead. send this one away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. Yeah! And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On 1st down, Daniel. He'll let one go down the middle. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man. And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
Ethan Evans.
The Commanders set to kick this one away. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
At their own 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
To throw is Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. Into space at the 45. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchdown. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. A run to begin the drive, and it's Krosky Merritt. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Krosky merits to run again. And this is a slight improvement over the previous plays. They didn't lose yardage, but not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. That'll be taken in by Krosky Merritt. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. 1st and 10.
Gain of 26 yards. And a Washington 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Daniels. And that is knocked away. Incomplete. Nice play defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Second and 10. To throw is Daniels. That one complete to Jalen Lane. And tackle can be made down at the 40-yard line.
15 yards. That's good for a Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Start on the ground, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
They'll go play action with Nix. He connects with Mims. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
14 yards. And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To the ground, a 1st down run. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. Forced to his right. Off he goes. And a nice game there. He's out of bounds, and that will bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's to Gray, open on the left side. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
The offense is out there. 4th and inches. Nick's gonna throw for it. That's taken in. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down. Daniels now on 1st down. A screen set up for Krosky Merritt. Loose inside the 30. And he will score. Jafari Krosky Merritt, touchdown Commanders. That is 2nd TD catch of the season. Oh, do you believe it? It is blocked. So it is back to a 1-point game now in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Knicks now on 1st and 10. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. First time they've booked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down. Throwing is Nix. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. Deron King getting in there to bring him down. His 1st sack of the season.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
Third and 11. They'll throw. It's Nix. Quick throw here is complete. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And a pretty good punt there. Fair catch, taken right around the 11-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Krosky Merritt. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Daniel. A quick slant on the money to McClure. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now, a big 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's McClure. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Commanders 1st down.
First down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Forced out wide. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Still going. And he will go all the way. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. Important spot here for the Commanders as they will go for two.
The Commanders will line up for the two-point conversion.
Daniels going to throw again. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Showing off the big legs. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, Nick, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
2nd down. Nix. Quick hitting slant there. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Open man, right side, he's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
And he's going to be very close to the 1st down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And a good job of following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their 2nd. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw is Nix. short one there to his tight end, Fant. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Broncos, first down. First and 10.
Throw it. Mix. Moving to his right. He's going to run it. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. That is a gain of 15, and now it's first and goal.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
Here we go, first and goal. To throw is Nix. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win here for the Commanders. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Commanders are winners as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.